Hello, hello, hello. It's Stephanie here, and it's day 27 of the Every Damn Day. And I've got something so exciting today. I can't wait to tell you about it. I just want to say first, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. It's been incredible seeing all those messages, and it's been so heartwarming. And I will be replying to you all. I have had the most amazing couple of days. I went to London for a course on my birthday, and that's the kind of strange person that I am, and I loved it. I'm going to tell you about it in another video because I went there. That was Friday on my birthday, and then today went out for dinner last night to celebrate, and today I've driven back from London and I'm just relaxing at home. So I thought now is the perfect time to come on and tell you about this. And this is life-changing for me. I know people use that word a lot, but I really feel it's true for this one. If you've struggled with your weight like I have, and if you feel like sometimes you're not in control of your eating, and the reason why it's important to me to get to the right weight and to feel in control of my eating is now we're coaching people in the Rent to Rent Kickstarter about starting their property businesses, and all sorts of fears come up for people and difficulties and challenges, and we coach them through that to get over those challenges and difficulties. And so in our life, we want to be an example. And so obviously in Rent to Rent, we're an example. And this is the one area of my life where I really feel that I don't have it all together, and that is still a struggle. And I need to up level, and so I'm looking for things and ways to do it. And as you know, this every damn day thing started with me getting back to the gym, and I've managed it. I went today. I've been every day since we started, either to the gym or to yoga. And so I found out about this, and this is another thing that is from Brooke Castillo, the Life Coach School podcast. Oh, somebody's given me a like. I can't see the names of people. Oh, it's Linda. Hi, Linda. If you comment or say hi. Anyway, I'm going to go straight into it because you know I love to ramble on. This is the 6-step system. It's a brain hack. So if you feel like you eat things that you didn't want to eat, you make these plans, and this will explain why it's so hard and how to fix it. And it's the 6-step system by Brooke Castillo. When I finish the video, I'm going to put a link to the podcast and the video where Brooke explains it, because obviously she's going to do a much better job than me, but I just wanted to outline it and give you my experience of it so far. So it's based on science, and it's that there's 2 parts of your brain: the prefrontal cortex, where that part of your brain loves the future you. It's always thinking ahead to the best. It wants the best for you in the long term. And it's a logical brain. It's a communicator brain. It's a fabulous brain. It's the one who makes these amazing plans. That's the part of your brain that makes amazing plans that then, sadly, oftentimes we don't stick to. And then you've got the other brain. You've probably heard of it, called the chimp brain. Brooke calls it the toddler brain. So it's the brain that wants things now, now, now. That's all about instant pleasure right now. It's also a very fearful type of the brain. It's always looking for problems. It's always wanting to keep you safe, and it stops you from doing things. But it's quite aggressive in the way that it carries on, and it won't take no for an answer. So it can be really hard, and that's why many of us, me included, find it hard to stay on plan when it comes to like a healthy eating plan or whatever. So this is the 6-step system that Brooke says. It's so simple, but yeah, it's really worked. She's huge. If you look her up afterwards, and she's done this with hundreds, it could even be thousands of people, and it's really worked for them. And I'm a couple of days in, and it's really working for me so far, and I'm going to come back and report back later. But I wanted to share it with you now because you might want to join me in this. Okay, so step 1 is to write down everything that you're going to eat the next day, and to do this 24 hours ahead. I've got my little notebook here, so that I bought so that I could write down everything that I'm planning to eat 24 hours ahead. Now, I was slightly resistant to this idea, thinking, oh, I don't like these sort of strict plans. But it's not somebody else's plan for you. It's you writing down what you want to eat the following day. And when you do that 24 hours ahead, you're in your prefrontal cortex planning for the best you. And so you write that down. Don't do it just on the day in the morning, because then you go into your chimp or your toddler brain that starts trying to take things off track, making bad suggestions for you to eat and stuff like that. So you write down what you eat. Simple so far. That's step one. Step two is eat only and exactly what you have planned. So if, for example, let me give you an example. So I've got here, I like porridge for breakfast, if I have breakfast at all. So I've put down porridge and berries for breakfast. So in the morning, I tend to have porridge and berries. I'm not to have bran flakes, Weetabix, or any other thing. I'm to have porridge and berries, because otherwise you're letting your chimp brain, you're letting your toddler brain start to say, oh, it's okay, Stephanie, if you just mix it up here and there, and if you just have this is also a healthy choice. The reason why it's important to stay with what you've said you're going to stay is because the reason why it's important is because you're building trust with yourself that you can do it, that you can make a plan and stick to it when it comes to food. And I honestly did not think that I would be able to do that, because my past record is not great. So I really didn't think that I would be able to do it. But so that's step two, eat only and exactly what you have planned. And this is where the magic happens. It's in step three, because what's going to happen is when you start this, you're going to get urges, and the urges are not usually going to be to have a piece of lettuce. Oh, hi Haley! I can see Haley Field, who's massive on this. Haley, you probably know all about this already. I would love to know afterwards, but Haley, maybe you don't have time to watch it now, but I would love to know afterwards, Haley, what you think of it. So step three is when you have an urge. Now, this is the first thing that's going to happen. So what happened to me on the morning that I started it, so I went to the gym. I go first thing in the morning, and I've gotten in the bad habit lately of stopping at a garage on the way home from the gym and buying a pack of mini cheddars. And my chimp brain's saying, oh yeah, that's okay, mini cheddars not going to make no difference, it'll fine, you can get back on track when you get home. And I really love that cheesy taste and all of that, so I'll keep doing that, and I didn't want to do that. So on the way home from the gym, I had that urge to stop, and I said no. What she says to you to do when you have an urge is lean into the urge, let yourself feel the urge, know that you maybe you're hungry, maybe you're not. Feel everything. Oftentimes it's emotions. We are emotions. We're very emotional beings, even though we don't always think of ourselves that way. So you just feel all those emotions, let them wash over you, and let it go past you, let it go through you, and then carry on with your plans. So in my case, my plan is go home, get showered and all the rest of it, and have my porridge and berries, which I love. So it's not like a hardship. So I did that. And what you've to do is when you've let that go through you, the urge is you get a jar. This is my jar, and you put a bead. My beads are very small. You put a bead in the jar, and that is it. And this jar is so powerful because it's basically for your toddler brain. It's only 5. And it loves getting a reward. It loves getting a prize. It loves being recognized, rewarded, acknowledged. And although your logical brain will say, this isn't going to work, this is a ridiculous idea, I'm not going to be all excited, I would rather have cake than put a bead in a jar. But honestly, I have been so surprised. I love this jar. I love putting the beads in it, and I feel so accomplished knowing that I can let these urges go through me. And I'm like, I hadn't thought of that. I thought you just had to resist it, but resisting doesn't work, because we all know that you resist and then you go on a rubber band and then it all goes wrong. But this feels really good, because normally if you don't eat something that's not on plan, there's no upside, is there? So you don't have the cake, but there's no upside. But with this, you don't have the cake, but you're also loving I think of it as loving myself and also loving my future self by putting this, and I feel so proud of this little jar with all the urges in it that I have resisted. She says to call it allowing the urge. So you're allowing the urge, you're not resisting the urge. So that's number 3. So you put your beads in your glass jar and you keep your glass jar somewhere visible. So I've got mine in a lovely spot, and I look at it. Now, I feel proud of it, that it's going well. So I'm only 3 days in, so I'm very early. But I'm explaining so you can join me if you want to. And the next thing you do is in your notebook, you track your weight each morning in your notebook. Now, I know that this triggers people and that you get all emotional, upset if the scale's gone up, or if it's gone down, you feel amazing. If it's gone up, you feel, oh my gosh, I'm such a failure, I'm such a loser, why did I eat those mini cheddars or whatever you ate? But what Brooke says is to do this as just another measurement. It's you're recording your weight, but you're looking at it unemotionally, and it's practice, isn't it? Resisting the urges is like a muscle, because you've always got these two parts of the brain that are like arguing with each other about what you should do. And when your long-term planning brain, the one that's interested in the future you, keeps winning, if you will, it gives you so much trust. It gives you all that trust within yourself that you know that you can handle all sorts of other situations that previously you would have been worried about handling. You might not want to go to a party because there's going to be food there, and all this. And it gives you so much confidence. I feel so much more confident. So that's that. You note down your weight, but try and just practice becoming less emotional about it. So if it's gone up, it's gone down, you notice what you're eating and you notice what's happening with your weight. So then step 6 is to repeat this process until you've got 100 beads in your jar, and then reflect back and rinse and repeat. If you've still got weight to lose, maybe you get to your weight and you're happy with it, and then you feel you've had enough experience of doing this, and you feel you've conquered your urges, you feel you're well enough at handling the urges that you can just go back to doing it without writing it down, or you can do it again. Or the nice thing about this, that I'm guessing that you can just pick this up anytime you want. So if you've been doing well for months and months and months, and then you go off the rails, you can bring this back in just to train that muscle again, to get a little bit stronger at resisting the urges. Now, before I sign off, I just want to explain a couple of things. So where's my apple? I thought I would have my apple nearby. Today, what I realized was my toddler brain is always saying to me, like, for example, at breakfast, I was at a hotel, so I had written down that I was going to have a full cooked breakfast. So I had it, I enjoyed it, but I didn't go back for seconds, didn't have extra toast and all the other things that I would normally have, didn't have a croissant afterwards with jam and all of this. And after the breakfast, I picked up an apple to take away with me. And my toddler brain has said to me, oh, you could have the apple. The apples are healthy, so you could actually eat the apple. And I didn't eat it because I thought, actually, this is just making this muscle stronger. And so I need to practice just eating what's on my list. So I brought the apple home, and so I can add that for my list tomorrow and have it tomorrow, because it's just about getting through, allowing those urges and not having to give in to them, but also feeling the emotions. Like sometimes we're tired, sometimes we could be upset about something, allowing those emotions to go through us and feeling them, recognizing them, and then not having to eat them, So the second really important thing is to love yourself through this, because oftentimes we go into this thinking, oh, you're such a failure. Every time you're not doing this, and you're not doing it from a place of love. Like, I don't know how to explain it. So rather than sometimes we're treating our bodies from a place of hate. Like, so let me give you a sort of monologue. Let's say your little toddler says, I want that cake, give me cake, I need cake, you deserve cake, you've been working hard, you've been doing this, give me cake. And no, that's the wrong way around. You're resisting the urge. So it would be, you can't have cake, you're too fat, you're too well, maybe you don't say the words worthless, but it makes you feel worthless when the voice is going on in your head. You're too fat, you've got no willpower, and it's very negative. Whereas if you give yourself a positive voice and say, I'm choosing not to have cake today. I'm choosing not to have cake because I have a different desire. I'm going to have porridge and berries. I'm going to really love that. I'm choosing not to have cake, and because I, you love your future self, who you're going to be, and you love yourself now enough to not have cake, and then you put your beads in the jar and you feel good about it. So it's all coming from a place of love, and I think that's what makes the big difference. And the next one is, what I just briefly mentioned is you're falling in love with the future you. If you think about your life right now, you're really grateful to the past you for all of the things that got you to this place, all of the struggles that you went through, all of the things that happened. You're really grateful that you took the steps that got you to where you are now. And so now you need to start thinking about the future you, who's going to be so grateful that you did this and you had your urges and whatever, and you went through it. So let me know what you think. You might just want to try this at home, see if it works for you. If you want to do this joining along with me, just comment in the comments and let me know that you're gonna try it as well. When I come off the live in a couple of minutes, a couple of moments, I'm gonna write the links to Brooke Castillo, because she is so good. The way she explains these concepts is incredible, and I think it could really change your life. I mean, I had a conversation with my mum this weekend. It was difficult. My mum was saying every time she comes, she used to bring us sweets. And even though I didn't want to eat the sweets, Haribo, even though I didn't want to eat the sweets, I was always end up eating the sweets. And even if she brought 2 bags, some days I might eat 2 bags of sweets. And I just didn't like myself in that. I didn't like that I wasn't able to resist. So eventually I said, could you please not bring me any sweets? But now she's bringing me cashew nuts and crisps and all sorts of other savory things that's very Moorish. And I had to say, she's bringing them from a place of love and caring, and she can see that I enjoy them. But I'd say please don't. But what this system allows me to do is to feel more in control, that if I'm in a place where there's things that I didn't want and that I don't want, that I can get through those urges, let them all go over me, and still maintain my integrity, still have trust in who I am, that I'm going to stick to my plan, except where I decide specifically not to, like for my birthday and things, I'll eat to a different plan. But I hope that made sense. I hope you listened to Brooke, and I put the links for you, and let me know if you're going to try it. Have an amazing Saturday evening, whatever you are up to. I will see you soon. Bye for now.